So hi everyone, good evening all. So I think it was a long wait for the NATA examination. So there were so many specialties for this year's architecture entrance examination, especially the NATA, the National Aptitude Test in Architecture. They have implemented so many changes, pattern changes, syllabus changes. They have introduced some new topics. So we were eagerly waiting for the first NATA examination. And today is April 6th. The first NATA examination is over. So today we are having a detailed analysis of the NATA question paper. And we have Febinza with us, our faculty of THiNC Institute of Design. So he will be analyzing these questions for you today in this session. So before that, we will just get into some important, how's the students' experience with the examination. We need to know that. So when we included a poll in our Telegram channel, so most of the students voted easy as this year's examination. So it was quite confused. So how were the examination, because this is a new pattern this year's. This was the first examination, so students also were a little bit confused. How was the examination? Because last year, the kind of questions in 2023 was quite a little bit harder. They have included different kind of topics. There are different multiple format of questions, but this year it was only MCQ questions, and the topics were a little bit limited. So after attending this first NATA examination, I think majority of the candidates has opted as easy. I think you can see on the screen 40% of the students opted as easy and 27 as moderate. So I think definitely we can analyze the examination for this year. The first examination of NATA 2024, which is held on April 6, was quite on the easier side. So let's, before we get into the detailed question paper analysis, we will quickly look into the overall feedback of this particular session. Like I mentioned, it was quite easier, the first examination, and you already know there was two sections, which is part A and part B, and part A was drawing and part B was aptitude section. And from the students' perspective, so all these details we have included is from our students. And also, guys, if you also have to comment on, if you have attended the April 6th examination which has been conducted today, definitely you can comment it on the our comment section on our YouTube channel. So how was the examination for you, and what are the questions? Definitely you can comment on the chat box. And yes, let's get into it. So part B. So higher weightage was given to the non-verbal, the logical reasoning kind of questions. And you know already, so it was the after a long break after the COVID, and I think it was in 2019 they have included the drawing section. So after that, having a long gap in between, and this is the year they have reintroduced the drawing. And I think in the notification itself, they have included some sections in between, like composition, 3D composition, like and 3D model compositions, scene drawing, that kind of questions or topic has been included. But surprisingly, there were no scene drawing questions this time. And other than that, there were another kind of questions like 2D composition. We have been expecting such kind of topics, and there were uh, like 2D composition question, then 3D model composition question. That was very surprising one. I think Fabinza will go detail on that topic too. What is 3D model composition and what were the kind of questions that got? That was also a surprise element for the students this year. And the drawing question was comparatively easy. That was the review from our students, and numerical ability question was also very easy comparing to the last year's pattern and question. And when we come to the architectural awareness question, so mostly the questions were from climatology, then building materials, and architectural terminologies. So there were no questions related to the monuments or architects specifically. And surprisingly, there was sections like they will include questions from principle of compositions or color theory. So we were expecting such kind of questions from the design theory concept, but surprisingly, there were no questions in the aptitude section from the design principles or color theory kind of questions. And one important thing is this year, after completing the Part B section, which is the aptitude section, the candidates were able to see the scores also. So after completing that section, candidates can also see the marks which they have secured in the Part B of aptitude section. And there were, you already know, there were 2 marks question and there were 4 mark question. And we've been also expecting some match the following or the principle of kind of composition for 4 marks. But again, surprisingly, NATA has surprised there also. They have only asked 4 mark questions from non-verbal reasoning and also the numerical reasoning question. So that is also quite surprising. And part A was different. The drawing sections was different for the for candidates, and part B was same for all. So that is the overall feedback section for the NATA 2024, which has been conducted in April 6th. So guys, those who are attempting the April 7th examination, because tomorrow is also definitely you need that. I think we have been covering majority of the topics which has been included in April 6th NATA examination. So yes. So for the detailed analysis, I welcome Fabinsa, Faculty of Drawing and Architecture from THiNC Institute of Design for the detailed analysis. And before that, I would like to share you the details on the upcoming NATA batch, which has been starting from April 8th onwards. So the admissions are open, guys. So definitely for more details, I think you can, we will share you the contact number in the comment section also. And also you can, for more details, you can contact at 8086111055. And our new batch, which is online and also classroom programs is there, which is starting from April 8th onwards. So do prepare with THiNC Institute of Design. So these days, a very pattern changes has been, there are relevant pattern changes for this year's examination. So definitely if you are having a support from us, definitely you can crack it really well and scoring very high marks. So do inquire on the batches. So for the detailed analysis, I welcome Fabinsa. So Fabinsa, you can continue.
Thank you, sir. So we can start with drawing, like the new member in NATA, because we never had drawing for last 3-4 years, so it's new. So most of our students or like who is attempting NATA will be curious about what type of questions like will be there for drawing. So we'll directly go to the questions. So we start with drawing. So we have some sets of questions that we have collected from students that we asked for today's NATA session. So first one, draw an aesthetic composition using electric bulbs with red, orange, and yellow colors. Shapes should overlap to each other. Okay, so that is the A1 session, composition and coloring. So there you'll be expecting a composition using some particular shapes, like maybe geometric or organic, and then you have to color it. So that was not a surprising question because that's the usual NATA question that we had like before COVID. So that is a composition using a bulb. So generally we think that will be 3D composition, but here they have mentioned shapes should overlap to each other. So that means it's 2D. So you can just overlap the bulb shapes like in 2D. And they have also given colors, red, orange, and yellow, kind of a split analogous color scheme. Okay. So you can make an aesthetic composition using that. You have to use all the shapes mentioned. That's it. That's an easy question. So secondly, we have A2 part. So this for this particular part, we have expected a scene drawing question because in their syllabus they have clearly mentioned all those relation, proportion between objects, buildings, and all. But surprisingly, NATA have included 3D composition question, which was not there for the last NATA exams like before code and all. Okay. So the question was create a composition of 4 mobile phones, 4 matchboxes, and 4 nail polish bottles. Show the effects of light and shadow. So this part is important. Show the effects of light and shadow because showing light properly and the shadow that the objects cast. That is too important in architecture drawings. So that is 3D composition questions using objects given, not geometric shapes. We have say 12 objects like 4 mobile phones, 4 matchboxes, and 4 nail polish. Okay, so you have to create a composition using these objects like in proper proportion. Okay, So for third question, for A3, like that was a new type of question. That was a new pattern, new question that added for NATA 3D composition, which is in model making. Yes. So the second question was a 3D composition in drawing, and third one A3, it's model making. So create an interesting composition using given 3D shapes. That's it. There is no special kind of categories like principles or any such theme or anything. It's not there. Uh, like it's just create an interesting composition using given shapes. That's it. So you'll be given some shapes, 3D blocks. You have to make a composition. Okay, by sticking the shapes with glue. Okay, so you'll be provided glue and some basic geometric shapes. Then you have to combine it and create a composition, an interesting composition. So that's about set one. So this time for part A, for each students, they have given different kind of questions. It's not the same, but part B is same. Part A is completely different for each student. Okay, so it is another set that we had for today's NATA exam. So first one, A1 composition and coloring part. We have a question to design a logo. Create a logo for a furniture manufacturing company using circles and triangles. Color it with any colors of your choice. So there is no restriction in colors. You can use any colors of the choice. So in previous questions, you had bulbs of red, orange, and yellow colors. So you are not allowed to use any other colors, strictly bulbs and this mentioned colors. Okay. But in this question, you have create a logo for a furniture manufacturing company using circles and triangles. So you have to use only circles and triangles, no other shapes permitted. Then you have to color it. You can color it using any colors of your choice. You have to plan, you have to pick colors, you have to select colors. Color selection is important in this particular part because there is no restriction, there is no rules. You have to select your colors properly. Okay. So that's the A1 part question for drawing. Then A2, create a composition using 4 candles, a square box, and 3 prisms. Apply light and shadow effects on it. So again, that's a 3D composition question. You have to make a 3D composition using given objects. So we have 4 candles, a square box, and 3 prisms. So they have not mentioned any which prism that is. You can use any kind of prisms. Okay, 3 prisms, a square box, and 3 prisms. Okay. Then you have to apply the light and shadow effect, and you have to compose it proportionately. You have to keep it properly. So that's again a 3D composition question. So for A3, again, there is no particular theme or any topic. Just create a composition using given 3D shapes. Okay, so you'll be given 3D shapes. You have to just make a composition. Okay. So we have one more set for drawing. So again, for A1 question, we have a logo design. Create a logo for a community fitness challenge to promote physical health and well-being. Participants can use only 2 colors. Okay. So, yes. So for last question, okay, we had circles and triangles. Then you can use any colors of your choice. But here in this question, there is no shapes mentioned, but there is a restriction in colors. You can use only 2 colors. Okay, but there is no shapes mentioned. You can use any kind of shapes, organic or geometric. You just have to create a logo, but there is a theme for the logo. Create a logo for a community fitness challenge to promote physical health and well-being. Okay, so you have to design a logo. You can use any kind of shape. Then you have to color it using only 2 colors. That's strict. Okay, so again we have A2 part 3D composition question. Make an optical illusion using 4 cylinders to create depth and movement. Apply the effects of light and shadow to add a good visual effect. Okay, so last 2 questions we had just to create a 3D composition. There is no theme or any topic mentioned. You just have to create an aesthetic composition in proper proportion. But here it's not objects given, it's geometric shapes, 4 cylinders. Lastly, we have candle, matchbox, bulb, and all those objects. So here we have a geometric shape, cylinder, and you can you have to strictly use only 4 cylinders to create a composition, but also you have to express a sense of depth and movement. Okay, so you have to show this depth and movement in 3D composition. Generally, they ask to show principles in 2D composition, but here you have to create a depth and movement in 3D composition. Okay. Also, you have to apply the effects of light and shadow to add a good visual impact. So that will be there in all 3D composition question. You have to give proper light. You have to know where the point source is, it point source or parallel source, how to cast a shadow, how the tones will be, light tone, cast shadow, like different kind of tones and shadows are there. So you have to have a clear idea about the shadows, how to cast shadows. Okay. Then, and then there is a twist in A3. Create a dynamic composition with a sense of movement using the given kit. So all previous questions, it was just to create a composition using given kit. But here it's create a dynamic composition with a sense of movement using the given kit. So you have to make a composition using the given kit. Then you have to express a kind of a sense of movement. The composition should be dynamic. It should be very, very stable. It should be dynamic. Then you have to create a kind of movement through the composition. So for that, you have to know like which all kind of like compositions are there, how to create a dynamic composition, how to create a rhythmic composition. So you have to know a proper idea about principles and all. So that's about drawing part. So these are the questions that we have collected from our students, 3 set of drawings. Yes. So generally we have A1, A2, A3 part, composition and coloring, sketching and composition, and then 3D composition. Okay. So the part 1 timing was 1 hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes in total. So you have to manage the time accordingly, like combined 3 questions, you'll give 90 minutes of time. Okay. So then we can move to the part B session. So we have divided those aptitude questions into topics: arc awareness, non-verbal, quantitative aptitude, etc. So we'll discuss these questions in detail. Okay. So we'll start with arc awareness, which is one of the most important topics of NATA exam. But surprisingly, this year it was not arc awareness, non-verbal questions. Like that part it had the most number of questions in NATA for this session, April 6th session. Okay. So we start with first question. A slender tower, typically part of a mosque, with a balcony from which a Muslim calls Muslims to prayer, is called dash. That means a part of a mosque, it's a tower where we use to call prayer. So what is the answer? Okay, we have a doubt in comment section. Can you please explain question 3? Okay, in drawing, right? Okay, so before getting into the aptitude part, we just clear that doubt. Yes. So A3 question. Third question is create a dynamic composition with a sense of movement using the given kit. So you'll be provided kit. So there'll be some kind of shapes in that kit. So you have to just stick it with glue, create a composition. Sometimes it should be like it has to be just a simple composition, like with proper aesthetics and visually pleasing composition. And sometimes they'll ask for express some principles or some kind of like theme and all. So this one is create a dynamic composition with a sense of movement. So movement is a principle. Okay. So to answer such questions, you have to clearly study the principles of design and how to apply principles in composition. Okay. Yes. That's it. So can you all answer the question? Which part is used to call for prayer in mosque? Yes. Option D. Is it dome? Dome. Is it a tower? We use dome for prayer call. Is it? We have options: mihrab, mimbar, minaret, dome. So to answer this question, you should know proper idea about like which all parts are there in mosque and what is the function of those parts. Yes, minbar. It's minbar. Okay. Is it minbar? What is minbar used for? Minbar is used for addressing the crowd. Like it's generally used by imam to address the crowd. What is mihrab? Mihrab is the direction. Mihrab is the portion of the mosque which shows the direction of Qibla, like to where Muslims are praying. Okay. So here, option C, minaret is the answer. Minaret. Okay. Like you can see minarets in Islamic monuments, Mughal monuments and all, like mosque and all. Okay, so minaret is the part that we use for prayer call. It's a tower. Okay, so there'll be spiral stairs and all to reach the top. Okay, so the second question is identify the building material. Yes. Yes, mihrab show Mecca direction. Yes, mihrab is the direction. Mihrab is the part which shows the direction of Qibla or Kaaba, like to where Muslims are praying. Okay, so here identify the building material. So we had options, like different kind of options. The answer was it's a steel plate, steel checked plate. Okay, that we generally used in the floor of bus and all. You have seen such materials in the floor of buses and all. Okay, so that's steel checked plate. Okay. So then we have third question. What is a room connected to another room called? So we had options: banquet hall, corridor, suite, alcove. Okay. So room. So we can easily cancel some options. Corridor is not a room. It's a narrow passage which connects a room to another room. Okay. So what is a room connected to another room called? That's suite. Okay. We have had suite rooms and all, right? Suite rooms. Okay, so suite is a room connected to another room, like maybe a big room, small room connected to large room. Okay, so that's suite. Then what is the function of a banquet hall in a hotel? So you have heard such names: banquet hall, foyer space, or waiting lobby, corridors, etc. So what is the function of a banquet hall in a hotel? For indoor games activity, for hosting events and programs, for screening movies as a foyer space. So can someone comment for what we are using banquet hall in a hotel? Can you know the answer? Can someone comment the answer? For what purpose we use banquet hall in a hotel? That is for hosting events and programs. It's a common term that we use: banquet halls, hotels with banquet halls, five-star hotel with banquet halls, which means it's a space which that we use generally for hosting events and programs. Okay, and then here identify the material. So this one is a common material that we generally use. Identify the material. Is it steel? Is it wool? So it's a fabric. It was there in the option. It's a fabric. It's a jute. It's not silk, it's a fabric, it's jute fabric. So the options were fabric was there in the option. So answer is fabric. Okay. It's a jute fabric. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we move to the next question. Color of a well-baked bricks. Color of a well-baked brick is dash. What is the color of a well-baked brick? Yes. Okay. It's terracotta. Right. Terracotta color. Then we have identify the correct shadow of the given block if the light is hitting from the direction marked by an arrow. So light and shadow concept is there. So that's yes. Next question. A 1 meter high wall generally proved a 1 meter high wall generally provided around the edge of a roof is called dash. Okay. A 1 meter high wall generally provided around the edge of a roof is called what? So that is parapet. It was there in the option. It is parapet. No, it's not red. A well-baked brick is terracotta color. We call it terracotta brick. The color is terracotta. It's not red or orange or black. It's terracotta color. Like we have roofing tiles, flooring tiles and all. Like that is terracotta. Okay. Then this is parapet. The small 1 meter high wall that we generally provide in roof is called parapet. Then what is another word for loft? Another word for loft. That is attic. Okay. Jantar Mantar is made as dash structure. That is an easy question. Jantar Mantar is made as dash structure. The options were administrative structure, religious structure, observatory structure. So Jantar Mantar is an observatory structure that we generally use. We have five type of Jantar Mantars, five Jantar Mantars in India that we use for astronomical observatory. Okay. Then what is a chajja? What is a chajja? So that is an overhang. Chajja is an overhang that we use to protect buildings from weather conditions. Okay. Which one among the following images represents the bark of a tree? So there were 4 pictures. Then you have to identify which picture shows the bark of a tree. Okay. Then which is the local climate of a desert region? Local climate of a desert region. Hot and humid, cold and dry, hot and dry, cold and humid. Okay. The answer is hot and dry. Deserts are generally hot and dry. Right. Humid means like for humidity, there should be some kind of water bodies near sea or any water bodies. Then only you can attain proper humidity in that region. So deserts are generally dry, okay, and hot. Yes. Yes. Chajja is a roof-like structure. Yes, we have a comment. Yes, Chajja is a roof-like structure. Yes, Chajja is a roof-like structure, but Chajja is not a type of roof. Okay, it is a roof kind of structure that we generally project from the building, like cantilevered structure, like an overhanging. Okay, which clothing material is suitable to wear in Chennai? So to answer this question, you have to know like which is the climate of what kind of climate is there in Chennai, in which category the climate falls in. So then only you can identify the material to use, right? So we have options: synthetic, polyester, cotton, and silk. So Chennai is hot and humid. Chennai is a coastal city, so it's humid and it's hot there. So cotton would be a proper option in Chennai. Okay, so that's a general question. Even if you don't know the climate and all, you can just imagine, you can just guess, you can just imagine like what the climate of Chennai would be. So that you can easily guess it's cotton. Yes, yes, that's cotton. So then, so that's all about architecture awareness. So we can move on to quantitative aptitude questions. So this time we expected some kind of questions from arithmetic aptitude or quantitative aptitude, but generally they ask clock, work and time, probability, geometry, and all those kind of questions. But this time the questions were kind of easy, surface level questions, easy questions from number series and such topics. Okay, so we can discuss few of such questions. Find the next number in the series. Okay, you have to find the next number. Series goes like 5, 20, 24, 6, 2, and 8. So you have to know what the character of this particular series. So it's just multiplication, subtraction, again division, subtraction. Okay. So here you can see 5 into 20. 5 into 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 into 4 is 8. And next would be 8 plus 4. Okay, so that's 12. So answer is 12. Okay. Yes. Second question. A boy gave a bundle of rupees 100 notes to a guy. The serial number of notes are from CJJ 103440 to CJJ 103490. So that's serial number. Okay. So from that serial numbers, you can just get the number of notes. So it's a bundle of 100 rupees note. So from these numbers you will get. So you just have to subtract 3490 or 90 from 40. You have to subtract 40 from 90. So you'll get 50. But you have to add 1, right? Because like from 1 to 10, there are 10 numbers. You can't just subtract 1 from 10 and then just say there are 9 numbers in like from 1 to 10. You have to include 1 and 10, right? So it's starting from serial number 40, like the ends with 40 and 90. So you have to include this 40 numbered note and also 90 numbered note. So there'll be 51 number of notes, not 50. No, 5000 is not the answer. It's 5100 because number of notes will be 51, not 50, because you have to include this 40. Like if you subtract 40 from 90, you'll get 50, but then you're not including this 40. Okay, so when you include this 40 as well, we'll get 51 numbers in total. So there are 51 numbers notes and 100 rupees notes. So the answer will be 5,100. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. So then the next question, if a number is divisible by 15, which of the following is false? If a number is divisible by 15, which of the following options is false? 3 is a factor of the number, 5 is a factor. It cannot be even number, it can be an odd number. So the answer is it cannot be even number. That is false. Because if a number is divided by 15, 3 and 5 are factors of 15. So if a number is divisible by 15, then both 3 and 5 are factors of that particular number. Okay. And also it can be an even number, right? 15 into 2, it's 30. 30 is divisible by 15, right? That's an even number. So option C is wrong. So that is the answer. Okay. So we'll move to the next question. Mirror image of a clock shows 8:50. What will be the actual time? Okay, the answer is 3:10. We have some kind of equation for that, like to know the mirror image. You don't have to just draw and draw the mirror image and then finalize the answer. We have equations, we have methods for that. Then for that you have to learn arithmetics or clock topics in detail. Then how many vertices are there in the given picture? So you have to just count number of vertices. A geometric picture was given, then you have to count the number of vertices. Okay. So then the next question is yes. Okay, so how is 100 by 20 is equal to 5 is written in Roman number? So Roman numbers are common, right? You can easily identify the answer. Like, the Roman number for 100, 20, and 5. So answer is C. Wait. Answer is D. C by double X is equal to 5 in Roman numbers. Okay. Yes. Yes. So like few of these questions are easy, and like most of these questions are easy, but few topics like you'll be in doubt, like how to answer such questions, like how to do 3D composition, like how to know principles, how to know the methods to know the answer. So you should have a proper guidance, like you can get proper classes to know which all theories are there, how to answer questions. For that, you can join our batches. We have a batch starting from April 8th. So we'll be including all such syllabus changes in NATA. We have already included all those syllabus changes that NATA already released. But after this exam, we'll be including this new pattern, the changes that we had in April 6th session. So sessions are starting from April 8th. You can join our batch. If you have any doubts related to batches or the course, you can directly call to 8086 111 055. Okay. Yes.
So yes, so that's it, guys. So you had a detailed analysis on the today's NATA examination. Hope this will help for the upcoming sessions also. And we are announcing the latest upcoming batch for THiNC Institute of Design NATA crash batches, which is starting from 8th April onwards. So, like Fabinsa mentioned, we have included every detailed topic or each and every topic in the crash sessions in the most suitable forms. So we have split the syllabus and the curriculum structured in such a way that we can cover, or you can have a very detailed session on these topics. There will be architectural awareness session, quantitative and reasoning session, logical sessions, drawing, all these topics, compositions and 3D model and 2D compositions. All these topics will be covered in detail in the NATA crash batches. And these batches are available in two modes, which is in online and classroom modes. And again, guys, we are starting from 8th April onwards. If you're having any doubts regarding the batches or the admissions, definitely you can call on the number 8086 111 And I would like to mention you regarding the upcoming curiosity quest, which is happening on today on 8:40, and it is exclusively on the NATA examination. And definitely those who are attending the NATA examination tomorrow, you will be definitely get an advantage on that. So do play the curiosity quiz also, and it is happening on today at 8:40 p.m. So do visit the YouTube channel, and those who haven't yet subscribed our YouTube channel, do subscribe and follow our Instagram pages. So the details of the pages has been shared in the comment section, and also the contact number 8086111055 for more details regarding the NATA exclusive crash batches. And the batch is available in both modes, which is online and classroom. And remember, it is on April 8th we are starting the crash batches, and which is on Monday. So do call, and if you have kind of any queries also, you can type it in the comment section. Our team will be guiding you on that. And also definitely you can call on 8086111055. And remember, do not forget today's curiosity. It is on 8:40 p.m. So with that, I think we can wind up the session for now. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much, and all the best for the upcoming NATA examination, and hope we will see in the upcoming batches of THiNC Institute of Design, whether it's online or classroom. So definitely we are waiting for you guys, and all the best. And having any queries, do call us. Also use the comment section in the chat box. So I think with that, we will wind up for now. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much. And Fabin sir, thank you sir for the detailed analysis. And yes, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.